Hello, this is Chrissy Civic, career coach and founder of eatyourcareer.com. Welcome to this video training session where we will address two important questions. What is a professional development plan, and do I need one? We have a lot to go over, so let's get started. You've probably heard this famous saying by Winston Churchill. And he was actually talking about war, but the same can be said for your career. If you fail to plan, you might as well plan to fail. It's all about understanding what needs to be done and making sure that you're always using your resources wisely. And namely, we're talking about time, money, and energy most of the time. So the point of a professional development plan is really to clearly define where you're going in your career and what you need to do in order to get there. It can help you stay on track and ensure that you always succeed at whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So why do we focus on professional development and planning? Why not just focus on doing your job well and just let the pieces fall into place on their own? Well, truth be told, career success and professional growth doesn't just happen on their own, as you probably already know. If you want to move forward, you have to make sure that your skills are always keeping up. We must constantly be improving ourselves as professionals. It's a very active process, and it's important for a number of reasons. First off, today's workplace is constantly changing. Technology is making old skills obsolete, and it makes new skills really essential. So we have to stay up to date in order to remain competitive and also to remain useful in the workplace. The second reason is that in the past, companies used to actually create professional development plans with their employees, and sometimes they still do, but the truth is, job security just isn't what it used to be. It's really essential that you do this kind of planning for yourself. You have to take responsibility for your own professional growth. And, there's another problem that tends to come up when you're doing a plan like this with your company. And that is that you end up telling them what they want to hear. You limit yourself because you're only thinking inside the company. These days, you have to think of yourself as a free agent. You can go anywhere, you can do anything, whether it's inside or outside of your company. It's just a matter of, taking your career into your own hands. And the third reason is that modern day companies are really focusing on flattening their organizational structures. Often there isn't a predefined career path anymore. So that kind of old school linear growth just is less common. People these days rarely start at the bottom and progressively work their way up anymore. Instead, they jump from side to side, they make lateral moves. Sometimes people even take steps backwards for various reasons. So as employees, you need to be adaptable and creative to identify opportunities for growth, even when they aren't necessarily typical. So professional development and planning enables us to do all of these things and really create the career that we want for ourselves. So what is a professional development plan, or a PDP, as you might hear it referred to? Simply put, it's a written document used to focus, evaluate, and prioritize professional development activities. Now, these come in a huge variety of formats. Some are more robust and comprehensive than others. I actually have a template that I've used for several years with my clients, and I actually created it myself because I couldn't find one that suited my needs. If you want to use that template, which obviously I think is the best one out there, you can find it in the Build Your Professional Development Plan workbook, which you can learn more about at eatyourcareer.com/PDP. And if you decide that you want to create one for yourself, that's just fine. I just want you to be aware that you might have to get a little bit creative if you know what you want, because there are a lot out there, but sometimes you just can't find the exact thing that you're looking for. So you can always just develop something yourself if you have an idea in mind. Why is a PDP useful? First and foremost, it's a tangible thing. So it's written on paper with real words. It's concrete. So it's not just in your head. The entire process of doing this forces you to define things in real terms, which is sometimes really easy to avoid doing. Have you ever just, thought that you really understood something perfectly, and then when you tried to write it down, you realized that you just didn't understand it at all? That's super common. The act of writing something down allows you to learn so much more about it. And because it's there on paper, it's easily referenced in the future, so it's a tool that can be used over and over again. It also helps to create a visual outline so you can clearly see what you need to do, and you can fill in the gaps that you need in your experience or your knowledge or your skills. So it's really helpful for people like me who are very visual. The PDP helps you to better understand what needs to happen in your career and the resources that you need to make things happen both now and in the future. And a PDP creates a structured plan and a timeline so you know what you should be doing and when you should be doing it in order to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. You're not going to be winging it. My template that I use actually provides space for you to do like a regular review and a revision process, which really helps keep you on track as you move forward. And if you're creating a PDP for yourself, it's just a great way to demonstrate your personal commitment and your interest in your own career. It shows that you're taking responsibility for your professional growth. So let's talk quickly about the tangible benefits. And I would say that the benefits of creating and using a PDP are abundant. There are just so many. You can achieve so much more in your career when you plan. So I'm talking about things like promotions, raises, and just professional growth, for example. And as you achieve more and you start making progress towards your goals, you're also going to experience increased satisfaction and fulfillment. And for me, those are the most important things. Those are the best benefits, in my opinion. And of course, if you're planning a career transition, this process will just help make it smoother and less stressful because you're going to have a step-by-step action plan that will ensure you succeed. So this is a hugely powerful tool. It's essentially like a career roadmap. Now let's look quickly about what's involved in a PDP. And actually, there's quite a bit in this. In my experience in using my system, a PDP usually ends up to be about 5 to 10 pages. In the workbook that I mentioned earlier, you get access to my template, and you also get the electronic Word document version so you can work on it and keep it right on your computer. It's fully customizable, so yours can end up being a little bit shorter or a little bit longer depending on your unique needs and situation. Overall, these are the main 6 things included. Short-term and long-term career goals. So what do you want to achieve? Requirements for success. What do you need in order to achieve these goals? We're talking about skills, hard skills, soft skills, experience, knowledge, even relationships. Action items for 1 year. You want to include specific step-by-step actions that need to be taken, and I do usually say for just 1 year, because any further out than that, and it just can't be accurate. You don't want to plan so far out that it's just a guess. It also includes resources. So what tools do you need in order to complete all of these actions that you've identified? It includes a timeline for completion. So when will you complete each of these tasks? And it includes progress tracking. So this is just like it sounds. It's making sure that you're on track, that you're meeting your timeline. It's verifying if you are ahead of schedule or if you're behind, and it's keeping you motivated because you're seeing all the progress that you're making on a day-to-day basis. So I hope I've convinced you that this is a really wonderful exercise and it's hugely powerful. It's just a great career tool that I highly recommend. And if you are ready to build your own professional development plan, I encourage you to pick up a copy of my workbook. It's called Build Your Professional Development Plan. And this will give you everything that you need to create and execute a comprehensive career roadmap that will help you achieve the career success that you deserve. It's really a step-by-step guide that will walk you through the entire process. It's full of templates and exercises and some of the most powerful coaching strategies I use with my clients. You'll truly have everything that you need in order to do this on your own without feeling completely overwhelmed. Just visit eatyourcareer.com/PDP for more information and grab a copy of your own. I hope you've enjoyed this video training session. Thanks for watching.